Hey guys, welcome to another Elon Gremlin Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer weapon review. Today we are looking at the Carnifex, and this will probably be one of my final reviews before the next patch is out, so hopefully we'll have a lot of re-reviews and a lot of guns that have been buffed and are a lot better than they are in their current state. But anyway, onto the Carnifex in its current state. It does 210 damage, 100 rate of fire, 6 max clip size, 63 max ammo, 57 accuracy and 10 weight. As per usual, I have no modifications on the gun or skills invested in my character to improve it in any way, so without further ado, let's get on to gameplay. Gameplay is recorded on silver. So the Carnifex is an alright pistol. I'm going to be a bit careful with this review, I don't want to be too heavy on slating it, but I am going to say that it is better than the ultra rare Ushaya that we reviewed the other day. As you know, I absolutely hated that gun, and this uncommon Carnifex is basically better than that. But that is as far as my compliments are going to go really when it comes to the Carnifex. I don't think it's an amazing pistol compared to all the other ones we have. I've unlocked 11 out of the 13 pistols, and this one definitely ranks among the lowest. And this is basically just because I don't feel it does enough damage. I feel it is a bit too clunky, and it just doesn't feel effective in silver, let alone gold. So its damage per shot I didn't feel was amazing, and I felt like guns like the Predator, which is a common pistol, were a lot more reliable than this gun at doing damage, even though it is a common, just because it felt like compared to the Carnifex it had a lot more going for it. The bullets do less damage in the Predator, but the thing is it has a higher rate of fire, and I think that's what the Carnifex suffers from. It's got a rate of fire of 100. When you compare that to the likes of the Predator that have a rate of fire of 450 and are kind of similar pistols, this gun does come out worse for wear, just because it does have a higher damage but less rate of fire, so they both cancel each other out, and it feels like this gun is sizably worse just because it feels like you're not doing as much damage over time as you would with other guns with a higher rate of fire. So I think its damage would be fine if we were able to get a higher rate of fire out of it, which is something that I can see BioWare doing in the next patch. Maybe they will increase its rate of fire or increase its damage, but one of those has to go up to make it consistent, to make it a decent gun. Just because, and I say decent gun, I don't mean an amazing gun that will get you solo runs through gold. This isn't what we're expecting from it, but I do believe that one of those has to go up to compensate for the other one being a little bit worse off. So hopefully we can see that. And then when it comes to max clip size, the max clip size of 6 is fine. I did find myself maybe getting through 3/4 of a brute enemy's health, so it isn't amazing if you're looking at finishing off enemies. But if you're using the Carnifex as a secondary, which I would definitely advise doing and would expect you to do really, I wouldn't expect you to be using it as a primary. It is fine if you are, say, using something like the Asari Adept, maybe not the Turin Havoc Trooper that I'm using here, but something like the Asari Adept, where you can kind of use this gun to put in the last few bullets to finish off an enemy. Like, use it in conjunction with your powers and your abilities to really make it effective. That is probably its most effective attribute. I tried using it with stuff like Turbocharge, and that does absolutely nothing for it. So I always try and review guns by using Turbocharge on them as well, just to see if that gives them any sort of boosts. It makes them considerably better than they are by themselves. But Turbocharge I didn't really made the Carnifex any better, and I think personally it is a gun that you would have to use in conjunction with powers to really see it being effective in your play. Max ammo of 63 isn't bad at all. That basically you hardly have to reload. When it does come to reloading, obviously you're running around with this pistol. I would be surprised if you're just stood in one place, especially if you're using it how I'm advising on the Asari Adept. You will be a very active running character, so you will obviously be coming across ammo boxes, etc. You should probably have a lot of ammo consumables. I know I do by this point, just because every time you unlock them, those are the consumables you seem to use less compared to Revive, Cobra, RPG and Health. The ammo ones I always seem to forget, so I've got a stockpile of 100 plus of those. But anyway, it has an accuracy of 57. The stat itself doesn't seem very high, but the gun itself does feel extremely accurate, and I feel like it's hindered on a console due to our analog issues, etc. I feel this game would be a lot better for a PC player, just because you can be a lot more accurate. I did find this gun to be very slow to move and aim with, get off that one shot, considering the slow rate of fire, just because the analogs were a bit slow and there was lots of issue there with like dead zones, etc. So it did mean that I feel you would have to use the keyboard and mouse to make it more effective. Once the issues of analog sticks are fixed, I feel it being more useful on consoles, but at the moment it's too hard and too slow to aim with this gun to really get off effective headshots and critical hits. Critical hit, even when I was hitting the head, I wasn't getting a lot of critical hits off with the gun, but again, I think that is due to an issue in game. Moving on to that weight, the weight of 10 is obviously not a problem, that is a very low weight. Obviously that would go with what I've been saying in the fact that you would be using it as a secondary, and that is how I advise playing it. Use it as a secondary next to another gun. When looking at the weight compared to the Predator, which I made mention to earlier, the Predator X has a weight of 3, so obviously it's not the lowest weighed gun, but it does considerably more damage than the Predator. It's just up to you whether you want to use a common Predator with a higher rate of fire, meaning you get more bullets off, or this Carnifex, which has more damage to its bullet but less rate of fire. So personally, I'm going to leave this down to personal preference. I'm not going to slate it too much, just because it is an uncommon gun and it is better than the Shire, which is an ultra rare, and I don't think I should be too heavily critical of uncommons because we shouldn't be expecting too much from them. So it's okay, but I can only see it being used as secondary and not something you'd rely on heavily at all. So there we go, that is another Anon Grim review. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll have more reviews coming out once that patch has dropped, but until that point you may not see very many uploads from me, just because I only have 6 more guns to review. I might do a compilation of the best snipers etc. in the game to use, but again that would all depend on how significant this patch is going to be that we're going to be seeing, because that video could quickly become outdated. So there we go, thanks for watching, have a nice day, peace out.